Speaking with Stephen.
All right, may I have your phone number, Mr. Stephen?
424-454-7989.
Thank you, and how may I help you today?
Yes, I'm calling a file a complaint with Home Depot in Compton.
So, about the Compton, California store.
Yes.
All right, what's going on?
I went to Home Depot around approximately around 6:55 p.m. yesterday. I brought in Arm & Hammer washing powder and shouted out on some other clothes washing things, and I brought them in the store so that I can make sure I get the right one. And when I went in the store, I was shopping by the wood section, and a security guard approached me and shouted out that I have to leave. I'm not supposed to be in here. Right. So I asked the security guard. I walked towards the security. I asked the security guard. I said, I said, what are you talking about? And he just repeated himself over and over again. So I went to go get my stuff that was in a basket, and he snatched the basket from me with my stuff in it, and then he pepper sprayed me.
Oh, sorry about that.
And then as I walked out of the store, he kept following me, shouting out, uh, "You're not supposed to be in the store. Uh, I need you to leave. We don't want your business." Stuff like that. He kept saying it over and over and over again out loud. So that happened at like seven o'clock, from like 6:55 to 7 15, something like that.
All right, so I'm definitely sorry about that, sir. Nobody deserves that. So I'm not quite sure what took place. Yeah, you should be told you're not allowed for. The only time that they would say that or something like that is if you were banned prior. Have you received a ban from the store in the past or something?
Yes, I was in that store before, and a guy told me that I was kicked out of the store, and he said it was something involving a female, right? And I guess they called something harassment. Um, but that was years ago. It was years ago, and I complained about it. Basically, what happened was there was a female at the check cashing, not the check cashing, the cash register years ago, right? And I bought my items, and these are the exact words. Asked her, I asked her, "Do you mind if I give you a call sometime?" Right? So she gave me her phone number, right? It's just simple questions. It's just simple stuff. So I asked her, "Do you mind if I give you a call sometime?" She gave me her phone number. So later I called the phone number, and the guy answered the phone talking about saying something like he was her dad or something, right? Um, I'm sure I can remember what the conversation. Oh yeah. So anyway, yeah. So it was her dad, and he said something like harassing women or something like that. I don't know what the actual word. That was so long ago. And he told me he was gonna kill me, right? So the next time I went to Home Depot, I tried to approach the female, and basically what I was gonna tell her, I said, I don't really remember what I was going. I don't remember word for word, but I was gonna tell her, um, if you don't want to give out your give your number out when somebody asks you, um, you don't have to flatter yourself by playing. I don't remember what I was gonna tell her, but anyway, people get exploited, especially men. Like if a man say hi to a female, they all of a sudden they a victim. If somebody told you, do you mind if I give you a call sometime? If you didn't want to deal with the person, the answer should have been no. That's simple. That's simple. Not give them a fake phone number and all this stuff. And then, but when I went to approach the female, talk to her, she took off running. Right. So overall, these are the facts. These are the facts. But they whatever whatever I just explained, they labeled it as harassment, right? However, I called the corporate office and I talked to the corporate office about it very well, just like I'm talking to you about it, um like a intelligent person, you know, and stuff. So I called them and talked about it, and as far as what I understand is the issue was resolved. I don't even think that female worked there no more. That isn't even the issue because I was in the right and she was in the wrong. So I've been shopping there um, with no problems. Nobody told me I was banned after that. So I don't know what this is it something else? Somebody made something up, but I don't say nothing to nobody when I go in that store anymore. I just shop, buy my stuff, and leave. So I don't know what this is because I asked him, what are you talking about? And he didn't explain nothing. He just kept repeating himself over and over and over again. So all I can do is provide the facts of the situation, and that's what I'm explaining right now. I can put my labels
Sure.
on, huh?
Yeah, so I understand that part, what you were saying, as far as the other part. Now, with bans, like normally if you're banned, you will get communications or you will get told that you're banned or it'll be something that they have to sign. And a ban can last about 3 years. So if it happened anytime within the last 3 years, then yeah, it could still be but normally you'll be told that. But if you've been shopping since then, I see if you called in to at least within the last year, it was in October, asking for receipts and different things of that sort. So it doesn't appear that there's been any, and I don't see any notes or any case about a ban being set in place for you. So I'm not quite sure what took place with that. But yeah, we can definitely address that. I will have to partner with the manager to see what's going on. If there is something in place, why, and then what's going on with it, so we can address it. But yeah, to be pepper sprayed and verbally assaulted or anything like that, without me knowing
Yeah.
any details,
And
of course, we have to
see,
go get the other person's side of the story as well. But yeah, it is a lot. That's a lot to go through.
and see, all I could do, I'm not gonna sit here and put labels on stuff, right? So I'm not. That's not what this is. This is about focusing on the facts, the time, the date, all anything that's a fact. I'm focusing on that. I'm not trying to put labels on that, and I'm not calling nothing this. I'm not calling nothing that. You know what I'm saying? Which is a very more mature way to go because, like for example, when I just told you about that action transaction with that female, and if you want to point fingers, it's sure not my way. Certainly not my way. So I made no mistakes. I have made no mistakes. I've been professional every way. So if they wanted to take it on themselves and label me as harassment or whatever, that's what messed them up probably in the first place by throwing labels out there without gathering the facts of the situation to just say, oh, he's no match, he's just a guy. Just she's a female, so we can just throw any old accusations at him and treat him like a piece of shit because he's a guy. You know what I'm saying? So he's less than, and he's not as the guys are always the villain, and the females are always the innocent, precious, innocent angel. So that's a stupid way of thinking and a stupid way of approaching things. So that when you start making mistakes by just assuming stuff, and you wasn't even there, if you wasn't even there, but you just assume stuff and take sides because she's a female or she worked for Home Depot, and that's not appropriate behavior. So this, and we don't even know if that's what this was because it's the security guard that did all of this. He explained nothing. He
Right.
explained nothing. Like I was a you know just a kid, and he was the king of the world, and all I was supposed to do was just uh follow his orders. No explanation, no customer service, no respect, nothing. Just kept repeating it so over and over again. You're not supposed. I said, what are you talking about? That was his opportunity to say what he was talking about, and he did not. He did not explain. He just, you're not supposed to be in here. Get out. And I seen
Yeah,
the
that's
same, and I seen the same security guard 3 days ago, and he told me that he liked my shirt or my sweater or something. And then a couple of days before that, I had made a return at the return desk. No, I didn't make a return. I had put some on the return desk. um, I don't remember why I did it, but I put something. I probably put something on the return desk. Anyway, the point is the stuff I put up there was mine. I went to go make a return, so I went in the store and put the return on the return desk and left. And I was going to get something to buy and come back to the return desk or something. But I think what happened was I went in the store and what I needed, they didn't have it. So I went back to the return desk, took myself off the return desk, and went back to my car. And this same security guard that we're talking about right now in this complaint, he had said, hold on, or something like that. But I had to go because I had things to do. So he followed me all the way to the car, and I was like, I don't remember what I said, but I just kept walking, and he followed me. But later, I came back to the Home Depot to buy something, and I approached him and asked him. I said, "What was all that about earlier?" And he said, "Oh, you took something off the return desk." Uh, but then I think he said later he figured it out or something like that. So that was like 3 days before, like 3 or 4 days before this, right? And none of this, you're not supposed to be here, ever came up. So, like I said, I don't know. I really, honestly, don't know where what this is about. It could be about this. It could be about that. We don't know, because when I asked him about it, he didn't explain nothing. He just kept saying, "Get out of here" or something. He kept saying, "You're not supposed to be in here. You're banned from the store." That's what he said. You're banned from the store. So that's all. That's the facts. He didn't.
right.
I seen the security guard several times, maybe um maybe like 30 times before he even comes up with this, you're banned from the store. So is it tied to that to that mistake they made years ago? I don't know. I have no idea. Was it about the return desk? I don't think so. Who knows?
So we'll have to check and get more details, like from the associate directly, and then we'll be able to check and see what's going on. But all right, like I said, I definitely apologize. We'll get it looked into, and ask somebody to reach out so we can address it. Was there anything else I can help with today, sir?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask if you guys could save the cameras from that day or that time, around that time, so they don't try to erase the tapes and say, "Oh, we don't got it no more."
Yeah, it automatically saves for 30 days.
Yeah, but I'm asking if you could put like a hold on there for investigation.
It's automatically. You said it just happened yesterday, so it's not gonna go away because it just happened yesterday. So they gotta hold it for at least 30 days, 30 to 90 days. So they can't just get rid of it. It doesn't work like that.
All right. Well, I'll just I'm staying professional. I'm not throwing names and stuff. I'm not throwing this out. I'm not putting any name on nothing. All I'm doing is reviewing all of the facts. That's it. So there's no labels put on none of this. This is just fact. I'm not saying I was raped or I was somebody murdered me. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm doing is addressing all the facts. I'm focusing my brain on the facts, not a label. So that's all I'm doing right now.
Okay. Well, I got that in for you. I appreciate you reaching out, Mr. Steven. You have a great rest of your day, okay?
All right. Thanks a lot.